Hello my beautiful witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday. So happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. How are you pretties? I have a pretty nutty spell for you today. And before I go into this spell, witches, please pay attention. This is not the video you want to be watching with people around you. This is not the video you want to be watching with your volume all the way up in a public space. So if you are in the bus, if you're in the train, in the subway, if you're at work, please make sure that you have your headphones on. And please, before I go into this video, make sure that you understand that this video, and as a matter of fact, all of my videos are not suitable for children. So don't be watching these videos with children around. Hello again, my name is WhiteRaven, and if you stumble upon this video based on the title, I invite you to stay here with me, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. Which is, I know you guys are bored of me saying all this every time, but I need to invite people to subscribe. I am here to teach you witchcraft, what it is to be a witch, and that is from my perspective. Because, you know, the map of the world is different for everybody. I gotta say, whoever is watching this video that is under the impression that I work for people, I do not work for people. I do, however, have a beautiful website, WhiteRavenandWitchesLair.com, in which you can find a lot of things and many of the products that I talk about in my videos. There's a lot of things that I want to talk to you guys about this week. Since last video. Last Monday, a lot of things had happened, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really feel you guys. I feel your energy with me all the time, and sometimes I share some pictures with you, and I know that some of the pictures that I share and some of the pictures that I shared this past week, some of you guys are going to understand what I'm doing. So right now I'm going to take this second to say thank you for everybody that said so mote it be. If you're one of those people that said so mote it be, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me, and I know you know what I'm talking about. If you do not know what I'm talking about, disregard. It doesn't matter. It's not important. But for you guys that know what I'm talking about, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. You know, when we get together to do certain things, it's incredible the power that many witches together thinking about one thing could create, you know? We cannot change the world. That's not how magic works, but we can change a lot of stuff when we get together in the same line of thought. But now let's just leave it there. I'm going to change the subject, and I want to share with you some things that I received this past week. It was my birthday on Tuesday. Thank you so very much for everybody to say happy birthday to me. I appreciate that, witches. Some of the things that I got for my birthday, and some of the things that I got myself for my birthday, because you know what? You have to love yourself. I got this book, the one and only Denise Alvarado. I love this woman. She made this beautiful book, Witch Queens, Voodoo Spirits, and Hoodoo Saints. I'm not going to make a review on this book. If you do any type of magic that pertains to African-derived religions, you need this book. You also need this book, The Healing Powers of African American Spirituality, by the amazing Stephanie Rose Bird. This book is truly an amazing book and a must-have if you're practicing any type of magic that pertains to African religions. Thankfully, I have this book, and then I got this one. So, the one from Denise Alvarado is going to talk to you about different characters in New Orleans back in the time, through history. Fault. So because of this book, I bought another book, and it's all about Dr. John. If you want to know who Dr. John is, he's a very important character and the Hoodoo origins of New Orleans, and Dr. John was one of Marie Laveau's teachers. So if you want to read about him, I suggest for you to get this book. Because of this book, I got the only book on Dr. John that is out there, and then that book took me to this tarot deck. Okay, and this tarot deck is made by somebody that I really admire and I really love, which is Sally Ann Glassman. And also, Louise Martini. I used it for the first time last night. I was reading the cards for Charlie. This tarot deck is very special, and I'm sorry I'm talking so much before the video today, but I felt like I needed to share this with you. This tarot deck comes with this very, very hefty book. Because this tarot deck is not your typical tarot deck, even though it is tarot, it's not an oracle. This tarot deck has some serious energy. I love the way it's explained. I love the meaning. I'm sharing all this with you because I have some witches over here that like me are mix. You're from the Caribbean, or you like to practice Santeria, or you love Hoodoo, or you're interested in any case. And these are things that I strongly suggest for you to get, because I truly believe that ultimately knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better you can be at what you do. And I strongly suggest that if you are like me, that you have this thirst, right, for knowledge, and you want to learn of these things, it's important, which is that you understand and that you learned about what you're doing. All right, don't just do things because I'm teaching you over here. Make the effort to learn. What are you doing? Where is it coming from? What's the meaning of everything that we do? It's extremely important. It's going to enrich your life. Trust me. Take my advice. Okay, so now today, this is another book that I share with you guys in my Instagram and in my Facebook. So if you don't follow me there, I put a lot of stuff in my Instagram and in my Facebook. And this is Starr Casas. I mean, I love Mama Starr Casas. She's awesome. She's great. And I'm super excited to get this book. Hoodoo your love. You know, conjure who you want and keep it. Keep that person next to you. Listen, witches, this is going to take me to another tangent. And I really appreciate your patience before the spell, okay? People is going to respect you if you respect yourself first. I'm not here to judge, okay, witches? I'm not here to judge, and that's not my point, all right? But if you have a man that is unfaithful, is not loyal to you, I don't understand why you're keeping that man. There are some women out there that are under the impression that the nature of men is to be unfaithful, and I'm here to tell you that is not true. Not every man out there is unfaithful. You deserve a better man. You deserve somebody that loves you and worships you, and on the same token, understand that respect and love comes from both sides. So I'm saying this because I'm doing this spell for you guys today, because I have received a lot of emails, especially this week, in regards keeping somebody that is unfaithful, faithful. I don't understand why you want to keep that man. But if you need to use magic in order to change this man's impulses, to put it that way, then here's the spell that we're going to do today. It's not going to be nice. It's going to be a 100% manipulation spell. We are going to need a few things. And that spell is coming from the one and only Starr Casas in this book. I strongly recommend for you to buy this book if you have any issues with the nature of your man. Okay, witches, the whole purpose of this spell is for you to control your man's nature. And I hope you understand what I'm trying to say with that. If you have an unfaithful man, his nature is all over the place. He's a hot nature type of guy. So the whole purpose behind this spell is for you to control the nature of your guy. This hex is called Nature's Sack. Other people know this spell as Nation Sack. And obviously, we're going to be needing a few things for this spell. You're going to need a baggie in which you're going to put all the ingredients of your spell. You're also going to need a brown paper, okay? A little, get a supermarket bag. Ultimately, if you don't have brown paper, use the regular paper, but I suggest for you to get a brown paper, which is very important. You're going to need 3 red candles for this spell, so make sure that you have 3 red candles. You're going to need the one and only John the Conqueror seed or root, because obviously this looks like something that I am not going to say what it looks like, but it looks like something that your man has between his legs. You're also going to need Queen Elizabeth root, which is also Orris root, is the same thing. Super important, witches, you are going to need powder Calamus root, okay? Calamus is one of the most important ingredients when you're doing any type of commanding or bending over spells. This is for manipulation. We are definitely going to use bend over oil. And Starr Casas has a recipe in her book. I don't do my bend over oil the same way she does. I'm going to have this ready in my website sometimes this week coming up. Super important, which is you are going to need 2 dimes, one with your birth year and one with his birth year, because you're going to name them each your name and his name. We are going to need some cotton cord, red cord. If you can, I suggest for you to get 2 magnets, one representing each of you. Okay. Last but not least, we are going to need some whiskey. Okay. I stole my man's whiskey for the purpose of this video. You can use any whiskey you want. Now, which is the idea of this spell is for you to control your man's urges, especially if he is unfaithful. Now, this spell is not going to be easy. You need to use your resources right here in your brain, because what we're going to do with this red cord, which is you have to cut the same measurement of your man's nature, if you get what I mean, as your man's tool, okay? So I don't know how you're going to be able to do that. In some of the Hoodoo books that I have read, the best way for you to do it is like when you are busy in between your man's leg, make sure that with your hands you measure, maybe with your thumb and your middle finger, maybe measure the size of your man's tools. And make sure you keep that in your mind, because after you're done and you're able to cut a piece of cord the same size, make sure you do, okay? So you're gonna get a red cord, and whatever you measured with your, maybe this, your thumb and your middle finger, your thumb and your pinky, it depends. I mean, everybody has different things, I don't know. Sorry. But make sure that you measure your man's nature, and then you're gonna cut the red cord around that size. Now, the next thing, oh, let me cut this. Let me measure. I'm kidding. So anyways, just cut that piece of cord, okay? Now, which is, after you cut that cord, the most important thing is that this cord needs to be soaked on your man's love milk. You know what I mean? Okay, so listen, you're a girl. I'm pretty sure you can think about what to do. But the thing is that you need a cord the size of your man's nature. And this cord needs to be soaked in your man's love milk. Once you have your cord, and once that cord is soaked in the liquid that I said that you need to soak it, you're going to write your man's name 9 times on this paper. Once you have that name written down 9 times, you're going to write your name on top of his name, and next to that, you write bend over. All right, once you finish with that task, you're going to get your bend over oil, and this is going to be different from the way I do it. I usually do a quick cook. So you are going to dab your fingers in the oil, and you're going to put 4 drops in the paper of the bend over, and in the middle, which is, you're going to create a cross. Now, I understand that a lot of people do not like Hoodoo because Hoodoo has a lot of Bible. Listen, please understand why it has a lot of Bible and where this is coming from, and stop judging. If this is something that you don't feel comfortable with, then don't do it. By all means, just don't do it. There's a reason behind all the Bible in Hoodoo. I understand maybe you do not like Christianity, but trust me when I tell you, these type of rituals, they don't pertain to Christianity. It's just Hoodoo. So just get over it. Now that you have your paper with the oil and the name of your target and your name, get your 3 red candles, witches, and you're going to write the name of the person that you're working 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So make sure you write his name 3 times in each candle. Obviously, I'm not doing this for anybody. at all. Like, I really don't need this. Which is, don't sell yourself cheap, you know. Men should not be unfaithful, and if you're under the impression that men are unfaithful, that is not the truth. There are very good men out there. And also remember that respect goes both ways. A lot of women that I see up there, they want their men to respect them, but they're not very respectful towards their men. So that also goes both ways. All right, so I have written down in here the name of the person, or in your case, the name of your boyfriend or husband, you know, your partner. You are going to put bend over oil in this candle, so make sure you anoint them. I really like my recipe of bend over oil a lot. All right, witches, so now that you have your candles already anointed with the bend over, you can just sprinkle some calamus powder. And not too much. You don't have to do it too much. You want your candles to burn. You don't want them to just snuff because they are so overly dressed. I mean, we talked about this the other day in the candle video that I have for you guys. Okay. All right. So leave that powder in there. No problem. Okay. Now we have the 3 candles. Paper in the center. Okay. The next step is for you to put the coins in here. Now, which is one of these coins is going to represent you and the other one is going to represent him. So make sure you baptize these coins, which means you're going to tell them who they are and you're going to breathe 3 times on them, baptizing them and activating them as representation of you and him. We're also going to put in here the John the Conqueror root because, you know, it looks just like that stuff that they have two between their legs, just like that. And then, which is, I have over here my Queen Elizabeth root. Unfortunately, I have it just in chop, but this does come in a big chunk. So I'm going to put it there as well. Okay, which is, so I put over here my tea light. It's going to be my igniter. So you are going to set these candles in a triangle shape. Needless to say, which is, you really need to watch what you're doing. Make sure you don't leave this spell unattended. This is going to take about 3 days for you to complete. Now, which is, this is pretty much how your spell should be looking. You're going to have 1 candle and the other 2. Now that you have your man's nature's cord in here, right? And I don't know, I don't think it's going to be this long. I mean, I don't know. We're going to tie 9 knots in this cord. And every time you tie a knot, which is, you are going to command that man's nature to be only yours and be tied up only to you. Repeat this 9 times, which is 9 times. And it's very important, which is that this person never sees this spell ever. The moment that anybody sees this spell is absolutely 100% broken. So when you finish with your red cord, witches, let's put it here too in the plate, and let's just soak it as well with the bend over oil. Suck that cord, and there you go. You pretty much have all the ingredients in here and you have everything. So I just turned this plate towards me so I can light it up. So witches, this spell is going to take you 3 days or 3 nights, depending on what time you light your candle. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to light the candle that is in the top. Make sure that while that candle is consuming, you are sending your command. You are bending over to me. Your nature, and you're going to say the word, belongs only to me. You are bending over to me. Your nature belongs only to me. You're going to repeat this as many times as you think is necessary, and you're going to let that candle consume. Once that candle is consumed, the following day you're going to come back and you're going to light the one that is to your left. And you're going to repeat the same thing, which is, you're going to repeat your command. You are bending over to me. your nature. See, is this happening, witches? It's only mine. You are bending over to me. Your nature is only mine. Once that candle is finished and consumed, obviously you're gonna have some wax in here. I don't have a lot of wax because I'm doing a video for you guys really fast. Now, on this third night, you're going to light up your last candle. And we're going to repeat the same thing. You are bending over to me. Your nature is only mine. You're going to repeat that as many times as you deem necessary, and you are going to let your candle burn all the way through. All right, witches, once all your candles are consumed and your 3 days are gone, you're going to get your handy dandy baggie, and you are going to put everything in this plate, including the remnants of your candles, inside the bag. So you're going to start by putting your man's nature in here. You're going to put the paper also inside, right? You're going to put the 2 coins inside. You're definitely going to put the High Junk Conqueror root inside. Your Queen Elizabeth root, you're going to put it inside. And everything that you have left in the plate. Next, you can definitely put things that belong to you and him. And also you can put the 2 magnets inside. All right. If you have anything else that belongs to you and him, like a piece of underwear of his and a piece of underwear of yours. I mean, you don't have to do a ginormous package because the idea is for you to wear this around your waist. So be discreet. You don't have to do something ginormous. You can do something small. Once you finish with that, witches, we are going to add more bend over oil inside, couple of drops. Okay. Also, you now are going to feed this bag. This bag is an alive creature. It needs food. So this is when your whiskey jumps in. So you're going to put a little bit of whiskey inside as well. Close your little baggie. Do a little knot. Get the baggie in front of you. Charge it again. Do your chant again. And breathe 3 times on it. That man is yours. And that's it, witches. I hope this nasty little spell, this nasty little hex, help you control the nature of your man. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you if you want to keep that person next to you or not. Personally, I think you should get rid of him. But if you really think that man is worth it and you really think that the only thing that he needs a little push with magic, there you go. This is a spell for you to control his nature. Thank you so very much for all your love. Thank you so very much for all your support. Visit my website, WhiteRaven and witcheslair.com. Remember that I am in Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. And also, if you have any questions, email me at lairofthewitch@yahoo.com. Check out the books that I shared with you guys today. And until next time, please make sure to stay very wise. But above all, witches, you must stay so very wicked. Bye.